Hi everyone, this is Heather. I can even sign right. I'm also known as the MS Trio Mommy. Um, not all my life, but part of my life has been a little bit of a battle. Um, I got married about 6 months later. I went through a health sickness and I realized I got diagnosed with multiple sclerosis. Sorry for my signing. Anyways, I couldn't walk. I couldn't lift a casserole dish to the microwave. It was too heavy for me. I couldn't do anything. I couldn't write. So I had to go through physical therapy, and usually takes an average a year to get back 80%. Took me about 6 months because in my mind, I wanted to get better fast. I didn't want to take my time. I also had to quit smoking. After 10 years, I quit cold turkey. And then years later, maybe 2 years later, we had lost my husband's mother. It was very sad. About 3 months later, we find out we're pregnant with triplets. Yay! So that was another life awareness. So I had to make the decision to get myself stronger. So I made sure I worked out. I made sure I stayed positive. That's my thing. Staying positive, mentally positive, never thinking negative. When you think negative, things go down. So when the triplets were about 8 months old, I started to feel very weak. So I started to think I needed to go see my doctor. I hadn't taken my medicine for 8 months. And then I found out that I was very lucky to be walking because there was something on my spine that could have caused me to become paralyzed. Because of the triplets, I feel they helped me stay strong. They helped inspire me to do everything I could to get them happy, to get them fed, to keep them going. If it weren't for them, I wouldn't be here. So, raising triplets is a challenge. When they were babies, around 8 months, Sarah's neck was tipping. So I had to take her to therapy to help her neck get straight. And while I took her to therapy, the other two were having a hard time because they wanted their mommy, but they were always with their grandparent. So it took almost 18 months to finally get Sarah out of physical therapy. It was hard, but we did it. And then another point, I had to call early intervention because I noticed that Logan wasn't connecting properly, he wasn't talking right. So early intervention came and he had sensory processing disorder. But I always knew there was something else. I also had Joni take speech therapy because she started to talk and then she stopped. So she had to do speech therapy for about 6 months and finally her language soared. Logan had early intervention for about 2 years and then he finally entered into the preschool system. But before that happened, about 2.5 years old, I took him to another doctor where he got diagnosed with autism. That helped us make sure that he got the services he needed for school. Then he started school. That was tough. The first day of school, he cried, I cried, he got on the bus, I had to say goodbye. The girls were crying because they wanted their brother. It wasn't fair, he got to go to school with me. Thank you for listening to me. If you really like my stories and you want to get advice or inspiration, you have questions, you don't know where to go, you're having problems with your children, like their disability, if you're having problems with your health, you just don't know where to turn. Just follow me on Facebook, MS Trio Mommy. You can also check out my blog right here. Click the link right there. And just connect with me, and you'll get to learn about, how I raised the triplets, how I still have a wonderful marriage, almost 10 years now. We've been together for 15 years. We're married for 10 years. You want to know how? Follow me, ask me.